Hello and welcome back to Newsroom Nigeria. This is where we give you hot, fresh, and sizzling news all day long. If this is your first time here, you have not subscribed to this channel, kindly click on the subscribe button down below. Also give this video a massive thumbs up. That way YouTube is able to recommend this video to other YouTube viewers all around the world. Lastly, please leave your opinions in the comments section below. The National Assembly has approved President Bola Tinubu's request for a state of emergency in Rivers State, but not without making key amendments to its proposal. President Tinubu, in a national broadcast, on Tuesday, announced the suspension of Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara, his deputy Ngozi Odu, and all members of the State House of Assembly. He also appointed retired Chief of Naval Staff Vice Admiral Ibog Ete Igwe Ibaz as the sole administrator of the state. However, during a one-hour session on Thursday, the House of Representatives introduced modifications before granting approval. Lawmakers from different parties largely agreed on the need for intervention in Rivers State. Even those who initially raised constitutional concerns eventually backed the emergency rule after proposed amendments were accepted. The session began with Speaker Abbas Tajuddin reading President Tinubu's letter. The House then moved into a 10-minute closed-door session before returning to plenary for debate. One of the first objections came from Obi Aguncha, a lawmaker representing Ungwano, Umuahia North, Umuahia South Federal Constituency in Abia State. He called for a head count of lawmakers present before proceeding, but his request was ignored. During the debate, Deputy House spokesman Philip Agbese proposed setting up a National Peace Committee to mediate between the conflicting political factions in Rivers State. A National Peace Committee should be in place to ensure that the problems are resolved within 6 months, Agbese suggested. The House agreed to these amendments. Labour Party lawmaker Atana Benedict from Delta State raised concerns about the legality of emergency rule. He pointed out that Section 305 of the Constitution, which allows for a state of emergency, cannot be applied in isolation without considering Section 11, subsection 4. However, Mr. Speaker, I have few amendments. Section 305 can't be read in isolation without Section 11, which states that the National Assembly shall make laws on behalf of a state in case of a state of emergency where the State House of Assembly is also suspended, Benedict argued. He also criticized Tinubu's proposal that the Federal Executive Council (FEC) should oversee the state's laws during the emergency. Instead, he insisted that the National Assembly, not the FEC, should assume legislative powers in Rivers State during the emergency period. Following his argument, the House amended the motion to ensure the National Assembly takes legislative control, not the Federal Executive Council. Another key amendment came from Minority Whip Ali Shah, who opposed the fixed 6 months duration of the emergency rule. He argued that the situation in Rivers State could be resolved much earlier. I believe the matter can be resolved in the shortest period of time, maybe next week. The president has shown commitment, so the president should be given opportunity to retain the position of declaration for emergency with review at any given time. They should allow the president to terminate or review the state of emergency. The president doesn't need to wait until 6 months, Isha said. The House adopted these amendments, allowing for a periodic review of the emergency rule instead of a rigid 6-month timeline. After the amendments were made, the motion was put to a voice vote with a resounding "hey" in favor of approval. Speaker Abbas then announced that 243 lawmakers were present to approve the president's request. The Senate also held a closed-door session before approving the emergency rule with similar amendments. You all, let's have your total opinions in the comments section below. What do you all think of this? Subscribe to this channel, guys, if you haven't already done that. Before we go, let's take a look at some of the reactions we got online. The first comment comes from Shubi, says, enough, Ghana must go have gone round. Every other debate, now make believe. Even PDP Rivers members voted in support. What money cannot do does not exist. Another comment from Celestina, who says, what Tinubu cannot do does not exist. The noisemakers spend 24 hours a day checking the bank balance. People were just hoping to have a robust and healthy debate today. But hey, have it, I think he meant. What would they do? Will they die for Fubara? Today it's Fubara of River State. Tomorrow it may be Femi of Ogun. Turn by turn, we will reap what we sow. Azuka Anthony says, God bless Minority Whip Ali Shah for speaking the truth that the emergency must not be a rigidity 6 months. Raymond Okola says, Fubara is a gunner forever. Don't deal. Momoyeye governor. Ingrid, stupid animal. Go to hell for which one? Go to hell forever. This is too personal. What did Fubara do to you? What did Fubara do to you? Were you there when both Fubara and Wike made the agreement? Let's have your thoughts and opinions in the comments section. Thank you very much for always listening and watching. I would love to hear from you. Do you think that both the House of Representatives and the House of Senate, do you think they were too hasty, to give the approval to the president, or do you think the amendment is enough? I initially thought that the 6 months was going to be reduced to 3 months actually, but with this amendment, there's no certainty, with this amendment, because it says that periodically they would come together to review if the sole administrator should still go ahead, or the power should go back to the governor. But if the sole administrator comes and say that, we still have a lot of work to do in the River State, this one, that one, we are trying to keep things under wraps, we are trying to keep things under control, this one, that one, what would they do? They would tell him to continue now after 6 months. My fear, you guys, my fear? My fear is this is just a strategic move, for them to, declare a state of emergency till the end of Fubara's tenure. I'm afraid that, this might extend more than 6 months. It might even extend to a year or more than a year. That is where my fear is right now. That is where my fear is. We might say that, this is just a six months period for the sole administrator, to be in control. What if it goes beyond that? What if this is a ploy, to remove Fubara finally? Let me hear from you guys. What do you all think of all of this? Like I said, thank you very much for always listening and watching, guys. I will see you all in my next video. Bye for now.